The Hawks, there's a lot to like about them as well at the moment.
There is. Lose your first 5, you can have your season just totally derailed, but they've just bounced back really hard. We'll talk about Sam Mitchell later with James Worpel, but Jack Gunston back to the club where, he was not first day. He started at Adelaide Crows, then obviously went to Hawthorn, then he went to Brisbane, then back to Hawthorn where his passion lies. He's really grown. You hear Cal Shadir speak about what he's done for him and being like a coach for him. And there's the past players, the 2014 Premiership reunions. That always gives players a massive lift when they're playing in front of heroes from their club, Brownie.
And it gave Dylan Moore a lift yesterday. He was the best man on the ground, 27 disposals. He kicked 5 goals. It's a conversation whether you're playing through the midfield, which they've toyed with over the years, or is he a half forward who rolls up high? But I feel like Sam Mitchell is coaching as well as he ever has. I mean, that spray he gave his club would have been 6 or 7 weeks ago now. And the way they're playing football now, Dylan Moore, best on ground yesterday.
OK, Kane's just sitting there. He's rumbling away because the volcano is about to erupt. Stand by for this one.
Yeah, I'm a bit fired up, TJ, about this. So for Adelaide, their worst performance of the season yesterday. It signalled the end of any chance of them playing finals this year. It was, to be honest, a pathetic performance. So what do you do after the game, after you put in a performance like that? Let's line up for a guard of honour for a player who left the club after 2 years and went on to play in 3 premierships in a row at Hawthorn, and cheer him off for game 250. So for Adelaide, to me, Matthew Nicks is a really nice guy, but I think he's too nice. I think Jordan Dawson is a really lovely, nice guy. I mean, if your daughter brought him home for dinner and he was her boyfriend, you'd be pretty happy, I reckon. Same with Matthew Nicks. There is a lot of niceness about the Adelaide Football Club. I could not believe for game 250, which is a good milestone for Jack Gunston, don't get me wrong, but it's not guard of honour worthy. Your season is finished, you've lost your 10 in a row at the MCG, you're not playing finals, and you line up for a player who left after 2 seasons to go and win 3 flags at another club. It was unbelievable, TJ. I couldn't believe it.
So what would have you done?
Get off the ground. It was a shocking performance. Their most disappointing of the year. They're not playing finals now. Get off the ground and work out how you're going to turn it around.
So if you were playing in the Adelaide side and the instruction was to form that guard of honour, would have you just gone in the rooms?
If I'm Taylor Walker, if I'm Jordan Dawson, I'm going, why are we lining up for 250? 250 is not a milestone that we celebrate for another club.
Who do you reckon drives it at the start of the week? At the start of the week to say, hey guys, we're going to do a guard of honour at the end of the game.
How do you reckon the Crows fans are thinking? So Gunston, he gets drafted to the club. He leaves after 2 years. Crows fans at home going, that's the performance that we put in. Now we're lining up for a guy who left after 2 years and played in 3 flags at Hawthorn, and we're lining up. I couldn't believe. Why are we so nice?
I agree with you on this one.
Yeah.
I quite often disagree with you, but I agree on this one.
It's just too nice.
Yeah, I know. I tried it for a day and it doesn't work.
Be nice.
You mentioned Taylor Walker too. There's problems there with him being taken out of the game after half-time yesterday. This is the conversation he had after the decision had been made. It's a back injury, and given he was taken out of yesterday's game, he may well miss some weeks on top of that. He's
had some back issues earlier on.
He has had some back issues, yeah, Kane. He's just like a few teammates, not performing to the absolute optimum of his capabilities coming off an All-Australian year. It's been a struggle for him this year.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. They're a happy team at Hawthorn once again on the back of yet another terrific victory, this time at the expense of the Adelaide Crows. Nath, take us through it.
Certainly, Tony, they were very good yesterday. I thought this was Kane's game. It's got Kane there, but I will take over. And the Hawthorn Football Club, Dylan Moore kicked 5. Burgess through for the Adelaide Crows. Cook kicked a couple late. Dylan Moore, what a game he played. 27. Newcombe had 26 and Will Day 23. But James Worpel joins us. He's going to be on the handball a little bit later. But the Hawks started the season slowly, but 4 of your last 5, just playing some nice football at the moment. I thought you out-coached Adelaide yesterday.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an up and down year for us, but yeah, it's been good to play some good footy in the last month or so, but yeah, got a few more games to win coming up.
Where do you see the team at the moment? Do you look at the ladder and go, we're 5 and 7, we're pushing towards the 8, can we make the 8? Do you see it like that, or is it a development season for you?
Yeah, I was actually having dinner with Jai Newcombe last night and we were talking about it. We're going through the fixture and yeah, there's a bit of a belief around the footy club, but yeah, we're just going to take it 1 week at a time.
Oh, come on, no.
He's looking at the fixture, but now it's
I think we just snuck in.
Well, what's been the biggest change? Because the midfield probably a little bit slow to get going at the start of the year, but that's just been one of your real strengths and weapons now in the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think Will Day coming back really helps out now. He's a classy and tough player, and he helps us out heaps. And I think we've just been more predictable with ball in hand and playing our way and playing our system.
I think the resilience that the group's shown after the Port Adelaide loss as well, which would have been devastating, but to respond like you did against Brisbane and then to beat a pretty good side in Adelaide who had been in reasonable form. How was that review? Lordo spoke to Dylan Moore about that and the fact that you were all in and the coaches took some ownership of it. Just take us through that week.
Yeah, it was a tough week. Obviously a devastating loss. I thought we probably should have won the game. And but, you know, in hindsight, I don't think we win the games after the close ones unless we lose the Port Adelaide one. So we take a lot of learning out of it, and we're still such a young side, so we're learning every week as we go. But, yeah, we want to win more of those games than we lose, obviously.
Dylan Moore was brilliant yesterday, 5 goals, 27 disposals. We had the discussion off air, and I thought that I'd love to see him through the midfield more. The others thought that maybe best off as the forward because he's so damaging. Where do you see it?
Yeah, well, he's been coming and doing a few centre bounces. He loves coming up in there, and we normally hit it to him most of the time. So, but yeah, if he's kicking 5, we're probably going to leave him up forward. But he can do both. He's got a massive engine and yeah, he's an important player for us.
Hey, James, so are you, and you're a best and fairest winner at the club, but then yeah, you probably lost your way a little bit. So how have you been challenged in the game by your coaches to sort of keep evolving as a player?
Yeah, I think Sam coming into the footy club's been massive, and he was pretty hard on me early when he first came in and coached. And
what ways?
Yeah, just demanding on me is working hard and trying to use my skill a bit more and being a bit more of inside-outside rather than just an inside player. Yeah.
James, Jack Gunston has played a really key role, hasn't he, in the short time he's been at the club, and a little bit wayward yesterday in front of goal, but equally kicked a crucial goal just before three-quarter time. You can see the energy he brings to the dynamic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Guinea's been massive for us, and yeah, he's getting a lot of shots, which is good, and yeah, he kicked a few important goals for us yesterday, and yeah, he brings heaps amount of energy, and yeah, the little rat pack up there is going well at the moment, so it's good to watch.
Is the headband a statement? Like, he changes colours of the headband every now and again. Do you discuss this with him, or is it something that the other players go, you know, where are you heading with the headband stuff?
Well, I don't think I'm wearing a headband anytime soon, but yeah, I stay out of that conversation. But I think him and CJ have the same one, so it's pretty cool. But it looks like he changed at half time, I think.
I think behind the ball you're so rock solid as well, and it's not just one player now. Scrimshaw's had an excellent year. Sicily, we know, and Weddle's just emerging as a genuine star. But even D'Ambrosio and his intercepting ability and his ball use yesterday. So take us through this young, emerging defensive six you put together.
Yeah, I think all of them had a pretty solid year. Even Sam Frost has been very consistent, and you know, we got a good mix of some flashy players and some lockdowns down there. So even Seamus Mitchell's been playing a role each week. He takes a dangerous forward and does his job. And Sicily's been a little bit quiet by his own standard, but yeah, the last couple of weeks he's been really good for us.
Kane asked you about it earlier. I want to ask you again in terms of Sam Mitchell. Like, after the Gold Coast loss, he spoke about saying this is just unacceptable. We just cannot tolerate this anymore. Did you see a change in him that week where he's challenging the standards far more than he was? Yeah,
definitely. He was pretty hard on us, and well deserved. I think we dished up a pretty poor performance and something that we don't ever want to do again. And he's been pretty consistent though. Even when we're winning games, he's still pushing us pretty hard and hard on the little things as well. And I think he's pushing us in the right direction.
All right, we've got some votes, Kane.
We do, TJ. Look, really even performance. I thought I actually struggled with the votes, and that's a good sign. Dylan Moore could have got a 10, but I gave him a 9 for his 27 and 5 goals. Newcomb's been excellent. Sicily, as we've spoken about, and Ginnivan probably could have kicked 4 or 5. A little bit wasteful, as Damo said, but still a very good performance from a good side. Now the Hawks.
All right, James. So you're off to watch the VFL now, I guess?
Yep, down in Essendon, so it's going to be a good drive.
All right, and well, it's only down the road. It's not that far away.
You wouldn't have been down that way unless you got there.
I'll be heading there soon. So you're up against Ryan Mansell in the handball.
Yep.
You going to stick around for that?
Yeah, I should stick around, yep.
All right, good work, mate. And then you can gear yourself up for that long drive to Tullamarine.